What's going on, guys? This is Miasin. A bunch of new cards has just been announced for, I think it's only an animation chronicle, so the actual set that had the Piri race map or whatever the name of the card is supposed to be, apparently was a card from the anime or something like that. Now we're gonna get some more cards from the anime or from the manga, so let's jump right into it. But actually, before you start, friendly reminder to like and subscribe. Y'all knew this was coming, but alright, so the first card is D-Force. Definitely a card that I think I can remember Aster Phoenix playing. When this card resolves, you can add one Destiny Hero Plasma from your deck or graveyard to your hand. While you control Destiny Hero Plasma to activate these effects, you can now draw during the draw phase, okay? Your opponent cannot target cards you control with card effects, not even just Destiny Hero monsters or just Plasma, just cards. So your opponent can't even go Twin Twister, destroy this and like another card, for example. That's actually kind of cool. Each Destiny Hero Plasma you control gains 100 attack for each monster in the graveyards, so even your opponent's graveyard. It cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card's effect, and also it can make a second attack during each battle phase. Just try to imagine having a Plasma that is like a skill drain that cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. You might be laughing and saying, oh yeah, I mean, Plasma is like an old card, doesn't have any competitive value or anything. Just skill drain in general has competitive value, so yes, Plasma, if it could ever see play in like a legitimate way, it's going to be pretty big, but obviously, card kinda... It's not that it sucks, it's just that it's a bit unpractical, but it has a really, really good effect. Alright, Dr. D. Actually, rather, Dr. D. Normal spell, banish one Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard at your hand, or special summon one Destiny Hero monster from your grave. Yeah, that's definitely not too great, but it's not once per turn though, so that's actually kind of neat. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target two Destiny Hero monsters you control. The attack of one monster becomes the attack of the other monster. Yeah, unless you're using the effect of the fusion guy to like destroy when its attack is not the same as its real attack, this doesn't really have a lot of good value. I guess the attack's change isn't until the end phase, it's like permanent, so it's not too bad, and you can use both effects in one turn. So this definitely doesn't suck, but it's definitely not great. Just like this, honestly, also isn't great, because you really do have to control Plasma in order to kind of have these effects going, and also you no longer have draw phases as long as you have Plasma on the field, so yeah, a bit bait. Alright, moving on. Alright, this, by the way, this card was played, I think, was it by Shark? Or was it against the opponent? I actually completely forgot. Silent Sea Nettle, level 4 Water Aqua effect monster. When you see level 4 water, you already know what deck is going to play this. It's the Fish rank 4 deck with Bahamut Shark and Toad. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn each. No, sorry, just once per... yeah, each. If you control a water monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. This is an activated effect, not an inherent summon. So, yeah, it really is a hard once per turn. You can also special summon monsters a turn you activate this effect, except waters. Completely fine. You're only playing Bahamut Shark and Toad in that deck, literally anyways. You manage this card from your grave, and target up to 3 water monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck. That's not even like a Daigusto Emerald. That's more of like the level 3 super quantum guy that just shuffles back 3, but that's it. So, definitely not great, but this first effect is decent. It's not overpowered though, it's just good. Because it is hard once per turn, so yeah, it's not ideal, but whatever. Numbers 4. This is not a true number monster, it's a fake number monster, just letting you know. I think this is what you call the Barian number, I forgot, but yeah. I know a lot of people, when they initially saw like the first fake number monsters, they thought that the Numeron code was completed, but I was like, no, that is not the case. The real number 1, 2, 3, and 4 were actually the Numeron gates, not the bullshit Cicada King or whatever, and this garbage, because yeah, these are clearly not true number monsters. Anyways, a rank 4 Water Aqua, 2 level 4 water monsters. Well, another card for the toolbox for the rank 4 water deck. All face-up monsters on the field to become water. I think this is already like a floodgatey effect on its own. But it doesn't affect the graveyard, and also affecting the attribute is not as strong as affecting the type, because, yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's... The thing is, this plus Gozen Match is literally the equivalent of Rivalry plus Zombie World. It's pretty much the same thing, unless your opponent is playing like Mermails, for example. But this is really nice. I'm definitely gonna make a deck featuring the rank 4 water deck, by the way. Rank 4 water cards, Jesus. This is already looking pretty cool. Anyways, once per turn during the main phase, quick effect. Ooh, you can destroy one water monster your opponent controls. My god, this is so good. It doesn't target, and all monsters on the field are gonna be water anyways. So this is so ridiculously good, and if you do inflict damage to your opponent, equal to half the attack it had on the field. This is good for so many reasons. It's ridiculous. If this Xyz summon card is destroyed, special summon Krog and Sprawns from your extra deck up to the number of materials this card had. Then you can attach up to one water monster from your graveyard to each of them as material. Ooh, that's actually really freaking sick. Not bad. Alright, Kraken Sprawn. This is the card that you can summon off of Stealth Kraken. Kraken, by the way, not Kraken. 2 level 4 water monsters. Again, pretty easy to achieve, but they are really weak. Only 1900 attack. So just special summon Cyber Dragon, attack over is already enough. Alright, first effect once per turn during the main phase. Again, quick effect, you can destroy one water monster upon controls. This is worse than the other card for 2 reasons. First of all, it doesn't have the effect to make all monsters on the field water, so this time you have to really destroy true water monsters instead of just anything. Unless you obviously also have this card on the field. And also, it doesn't inflict damage. So yeah, this card is objectively just weaker. If this card is special summoned by a number of Xyz monsters, effect is destroyed, you can... If this card special... Yeah, you can special summon other Kraken monsters from your graveyard up to the number of materials this card had, including itself. Oh wow, that's actually ridiculous. Well, excluding the physical copy of itself, but including other copies of Kraken Sprawn. But it does have to summon from the graveyard, so you do have to properly summon them first, and this doesn't Xyz summon them, it just special summons them. So watch out. Definitely don't go thinking that you can do weird shenanigans and loops just with one monster. You definitely can't. Anyways, then you can attach up to one water monster from your graveyard to each of them as materials. Yeah, I mean, everyone can agree that this is obviously the better one, so... Yeah, there's not much debate, and this isn't even like an actual number monster, where this is kind of a number monster. It's a number monster that isn't part of the code. But yeah, not bad. Alright, let's get into the Cypher cards. Cypher, by playing whatever, level 6 light machine effect. Hey, if you can machine dupe with this, by reducing its attack to 500 or less, you can actually hard Xyz summon Infinity. It's garbage, but it's not, yeah, it's garbage. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn each. Jesus. I actually have cancer when it says each before once per turn, but yeah. If a Cypher monster is normal or special to your field, you can special summon this card from your hand. And not bad, you can once per turn you can target 2 Cypher monsters you control that have a level. Their levels become 8 until the end of the turn. That's actually cool. You can use it on yourself and just another Cypher monster. So this, plus any Cypher monster that can normal summon itself, is already like a 2-card rank 8. It's not great though. If this card is destroyed by battle or by card effect and sent to the graveyard, oh, including your own card effects, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Cypher monster from your deck to your hand. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to... okay, yeah, if this card gets destroyed by, like, from your deck or something, or from your hand, it'll still trigger. It's not broken, but yeah, I mean, I guess. Alright, cool. Cypher Interference. I mean, Cypher isn't really an archetype anyway, so who cares? It's more of like a baby super sub archetype to like the Galaxy and Photon and stuff. Anyways, during damage calculation, if your Cypher monster battles and there's another monster with the same name, you can double your battling Cypher monster's current attack until the end of the battle phase. Yeah, pretty dreadful. This card is not good. You can only use the first and second effect, basically each effect. Once per turn, you can target 2 level 6 or lower monsters on the field with the same name, double their levels. That's actually not even necessarily just locked for Cypher only. At the start of the battle phase, you can target 1 Cypher monster you control. The name of one other face-up monster on the field becomes the targeted Cypher monster's name until the end phase. Yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever. No, I don't know. But this is like the better card out of the 3. It's okay. It special summons itself. It changes levels. It does a lot just for 1 card. So it's the one that has the most potential, but these two cards pretty pathetic. But yeah. Anyways, moving forward, Appliancer. I don't know how they work, so all I know is that they have a bunch of Link ones that are pretty bad. Appliancer Propellion. Link 1 Wind Machine Link effect. Attack 1200, Link top. Okay, yeah, so yeah, you can't really keep playing after that. Material 1 Appliancer cannot be used as Link materials during the turn it is Link summoned. This card can attack directly once with 1200 attack, ooh, once per turn during damage calc. If your monster battles an opponent's monster and this card is co-linked, you can change your opponent's battling monster's attack to 0 during that damage calculation only. It has to be co-linked? What the frick? Oh my god. Once per turn during damage calculation, if this card that is not co-linked battles an opponent's monster, you can change your opponent's battling monsters to 0. What? Wait, hold on. What? What? It's like the same thing, no? What? You can change your opponent's, but yeah, it's literally how I've never been this confused. Maybe there's something that I'm missing, but I actually just have brain cancer. Appliancer conversion, yeah. So this card's actually like in the artwork. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn each. Banish as many Appliancer Link monsters in your main monster zone as possible. Then you can special summon your banished applied Link monsters up to the number of monsters banished by this effect. Oh, this is so cute! The only point of this is literally just to arrange their zones so in a way that they kind of get co-linked and stuff. But this is pretty bad. During your main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, except during the turn it was sent there, oh, this was so unnecessary. You can banish one other appliance or spell or trap from your grave, add this card to your hand. Bruh, this is just too much. No, it should have actually allowed it to be used during the same turn, and banish an appliance or spell or trap. Man, this is just like looking like too much. No, appliancer is definitely not a good theme at all. I'm sorry. Alright, the final card is probably one of the best ones, actually. And it's funny because the name is Icebearer, but I don't even know if the real name is going to be Icebearer, and if it's even going to be considered an Ice Barrier card. Because you might be thinking, oh, come on, Yasin, this is such a dumb logic and reasoning. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has always worked like that. If there's like a word in its name, then it automatically becomes part of that kind of, I don't know, archetype or something. That's actually so incorrect, you have no idea. Frog the Jam and Cyberstein both have Frog and Cyber in their name, and they're neither Frog monsters or Cyber monsters. That actually matters so much more than you think. Well, Frog the Jam a bit less, but Cyberstein, it does matter because if it was truly a cyber monster, it would have been searchable by Horizon. But Cyberstein is going to get errata'd in order to get its real name, its real official translated name, kind of applied for the TCG, because the real name of Cyberstein, if I recall correctly, is Mechastein. I forgot, but it's definitely not Cyberstein. Same thing with like the Cybersaurus. It's not a cyber monster, it's also Mechasaurus. Pretty stupid, but yeah, I mean, that's just, I don't know, look, I don't know, okay? Alright, Ice Barrier, normal trap card. It was played by Alexis Rhodes from the manga, not even the anime. That's why I was like, I definitely don't remember this card. When an attack is declared involving an opponent's monster, change that opponent's monster's attack to 0. Its battle position cannot be changed. Also, its effects are negated. That's a pretty bad effect because it's a battle trap, so people won't be using it for that. But this is the cool effect. You can banish this card from your grave. You cannot special summon monsters until the end of the next turn, sorry, except water monsters. Also, send one level 5 or higher water monster from your deck to the grave. Then you can add one water monster from your graveyard to your hand. This is actually really cool because it's optional. So what you can do is, even with 0 cards in your grave, you can search a water monster from your deck to your hand. I don't know why I have the hiccups out of nowhere. But there are a lot of cool plays that you can technically do with this in like pure water decks. I can actually just think of Mermails right now, because you can trigger a few effects. Well, not really, but you can. The thing is, you don't necessarily have to add the water monster that you sent, because the one that you actually do have to send is a level 5 or higher, which kind of sucks because the majority of level 5 or higher water monsters are pretty bad. However, if you can recycle back like Neptibus and Deep Sea Diva, then it's pretty cool. And now you might be thinking, oh, well, this is a trap card, it's way too slow, blah, blah, blah. Foolish Burial Goods. This is the way you will be playing this card, because you have to banish it from your graveyard in order to use its good effect. Because the on-field effect, the first one, is pretty dreadful. It's not a good effect at all. It's like a worst case scenario. It's kind of like the on-field effect of Virtual World Zwanhu. Like it changes the battle position. Like, do you really think I care? No. I want to use its graveyard effect so I can revive back something from my grave. So I never really set Zwanhu. I just keep it in the hand so it's a discard fodder for King Long. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much going to always be the exact same. You're not really going to try to send this, you're going to discard it as fast as you possibly can. And I can't really think of a lot of water decks out there. The majority of them are pretty shitty, but Mermail, I guess, is definitely one of them. Iceberry is not a good one. Plunder Patrol, I don't think plays any level 5 or higher. So this is like the main thing, and this is why I immediately thought of Mermails. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's definitely cool. You can Foolish Goods and then search for Teus, because you can send it and then recycle it back. Or if your hand was already good enough and you had something else to Foolish, then you can recycle back like Neptibus and Deep Sea Diva. This is definitely pretty good in the grind game, and in the early game it should be giving you a bit more consistency. But yeah, what do I think of all these cards? The Destiny Hero cards are pretty underwhelming. The Silent Sea Needle is okay, but not great. This card, however, is great. This card is truly really good. This one's definitely not too great. And then the Cypher Monsters, this one's okay, the other two spells are trash. The Appliancers are all garbage, and this card is pretty good. Not, like, broken, revolutionary, but pretty good. Anyways, that's pretty much all I had to talk about and showcase for this beautiful review on various few Animation Chronicle cards. So if you guys have any comments or feedback or whatever, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it motivates me so much to keep making videos like these, and I will see you next time. Peace.